Anaxa's full kit has been leaked, and there's a lot to talk about. As a future 5-star erudition character, Anaxa brings some really interesting mechanics to the game. So let's break it all down. Starting with his basic attack, Anaxa deals wind DMG based on his ATK to a single enemy. His skill is an AoE attack that deals wind DMG to all enemies and then follows up with additional hits that randomly target enemies for more wind DMG. Now, his ultimate is where things get even more interesting. It has a chance to inflict the entire enemy team with a special status effect while delaying their actions. When enemies in this state take damage, Anaxa will deal additional wind DMG based on his ATK. This status effect lasts for multiple turns, making it a powerful debuff that boosts his overall damage output. Anaxa's talent plays into his unique playstyle as well. Every time he hits an enemy with a basic attack, skill, or ultimate, he has a chance to apply a random weakness that the enemy didn't already have. That means he can expand break options for the team, making him incredibly valuable in diverse team compositions. His technique also applies weaknesses, allowing him to start battles with an immediate advantage. Now, let's talk about his traces. His first major trace converts effect hit rate into crit rate, making him more consistent at applying weaknesses while also boosting his damage. His second trace makes enemies take increased damage when they have multiple weaknesses. His third trace introduces an enhanced skill. If he hits an enemy with 7 weaknesses, he triggers an upgraded version of his skill that doesn't consume any skill points and bounces extra times for even more damage. Anaxa's light cone boosts crit DMG and provides energy regeneration at the start of each wave. On top of that, every time he applies a weakness to an enemy, the damage they take increases, and this effect can stack multiple times. Now, let's go over his eidolons. His E1 reduces enemy DEF, making his entire team hit harder. At E2, he gets a speed boost and an increased number of hits for his skill. His E4 increases crit rate for the entire team. And his E6 is a huge power spike. It gives him a unique multiplier that significantly increases his overall damage. With all of these mechanics working together, Anaxa is shaping up to be a powerful addition to the erudition roster. Between his ability to apply weaknesses, his multi-target attacks, and his scaling potential, he could be an excellent pick for both damage and utility. That's everything we know about Anaxa so far. Are you planning to pull for him when he drops? Let me know in the comments. Now, let's talk about some of the future characters coming to Honkai Star Rail. First up, Mr. Reca. He's a Remembrance healer set to release in the first half of version 3.2. This is going to be really interesting since we haven't had a healer tied to the Remembrance path before. His kit will likely focus on sustain while still playing into the control-heavy nature of Remembrance. Next, we have Cipher, a DPS focused on additional DMG. Additional DMG characters tend to scale really well with certain buffs and mechanics, so depending on how Cipher is built, he could end up being a very strong long-term investment. Then, there's Phainon, a physical destruction character with the ability to take multiple actions. That's already an exciting combo, since destruction units thrive when they get extra turns. If Phainon has strong self-sustain or damage scaling mechanics, he could become one of the top physical DPS units in the game. Looking ahead to version 3.7, leaks suggest there will be a very important character. No details yet, but considering how major updates usually introduce pivotal story characters, this could be someone tied directly to the next major arc. Finally, we have Hyacine, a physical character, meaning she is a physical Remembrance healer. With Remembrance now a summon-focused archetype, it'll be interesting to see how Hyacine's kit works. If she can provide healing while also interacting with Remembrance's summon mechanics, she could be a versatile support unit with some unique synergies. That's all the info we have on these upcoming characters for now. Who are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments. Also, has anyone won the 500k Jades? Or at least the 600. I have yet to win either, but I always go for the big prize, all or nothing. Anyways, like and sub and stuff. Love you guys. Bye bye.